So here I am at Radio Kristiansand. Just had to do a radio interview with Radio Kristiansand. There's my little guitar, and see how it goes.
Der vi Somebody, Nickelback på Radio Kristiansand. 9 minutter over 10 klokken blitt, og vi har fått besøk i studio av en mann som snakker engelsk. Det betyr at vi må skru om språket vårt. Jack Rubinacci, welcome to the studio.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Just arrived in Kristiansand.
Just got to my hotel about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
it took me about half an hour to find it.
But the album, when you released it, it got very good reviews all around Norway. For you, from 6 I saw to a 5, so a couple of 5s and some 4s. That's got to be good for a debut album.
Yeah, it is good, and I don't know. It's very hard to gauge or to think about the critics too much, because otherwise you go crazy. Because there was also a couple of bad reviews, not many, but there was a couple of bad reviews. So I'm trying very hard on my next album. I'm writing my next album now, and we're planning that to just try and not think too much about the critics. But it is great, obviously, too.
Yeah, but is it possible to not think about the critics? You mentioned that you are a singer-songwriter, and how do you work when you write new music? Do you do the lyrics first and then the music, or the other way, or what happens?
They come together a lot of the time. They come together. Melody has to be right for me. I'm a big melody fan. I get bored if a melody just doesn't go anywhere. So I try and make the melody very shaped, and I try and make the lyrics. What happens is that I'll come out with lyrics and I'll just start writing some songs, and the lyrics will be okay. And then from those basic lyrics, I'll write a better lyric that's more focused. Because sometimes the rubbish that you come out with when you're writing a song, it's just you wouldn't believe it. And so you have to go back over it once you've got the melody and make sure the lyrics are saying exactly what you want to say, because it's very important. The lyrics are very important.
So there's a draft, and then there is a progressive when getting the songs. But you play a lot of instruments yourself.
Yeah.
How many instruments do you play?
I don't know. I never counted. Well, the reason why I play a lot of instruments is because I demo the songs at home on my little computer, and I have a very clear picture of what I want from the song. So over the years of having my own little studio, I've had to learn how to play the bass and a little bit of drums, and my main instruments are piano and guitar. But it's a great way for musicians to learn to have their own little studio, because then you learn about arrangement, about backing vocals, guitar parts, ear candy, little bits of sweetener on top of the main melody. Because that's something I learnt with the 2 singles that we released. 2 singles here in Norway, She Makes Me Feel and How Long, and they did pretty okay. But something I learnt from recording those 2 songs was to get it exactly the way I wanted it. And it worked, because radio did seem to like those songs. So that's how I learnt how to play the instruments.
And you mentioned Prince, and he did the same thing when he started his career. He played all the instruments himself.
Yeah.
What do you write about? What is the message in your lyrics?
It's funny you should ask that, because on the first album there wasn't really any message apart from me. This is how I feel. I feel down, I feel happy, I feel in love, I feel sad, whatever. But this album, I'm trying to make it a lot more universal. I'm a little bit older now, and I have a lot more thoughts about what's going on in the world. So I'm trying to make a balance between what I feel and what I feel about the world in general. I feel that we're at a very crucial point in history, and so there are a couple of lyrics that talk about what I think about what's going on and stuff like that.
Vi prøver det norsk da. Det er forskjell noen ganger mange, noen ganger få, kanskje. Jeg vet ikke, er det vanskelig når det er få?
Yeah, it's difficult when you're still getting your name around, but it's a great way to get my name around. Hello, we are now going to Flekkefjord. I'm with the lovely Mette and Christine, and they have very kindly offered to give me a lift to Flekkefjord, because I got to show 2 shows today, so this is the second, and I was supposed to get a taxi, and the taxi was going to cost about £30,000, so Mette has been very kind, and I think I'm going to be playing here somewhere. I think this is it. So going to the next show, and this is the lovely Mette. She is fantastic. She's driven an hour to get me to the next show, which is just absolutely very kind.
Sometimes I wonder how, sometimes I wonder how do you ever think of me? 'Cause I've been searching for the dolphins in the sea, and
So now the train is broken down on the way to Stavanger. The train is broken down, so now I've got to get back on a bus. I should be in Stavanger now, but we're still an hour and a half away. I'm in a place called Stavanger, and I'm just about to do a radio interview with Radio N. It's a very important radio station in this country, Radio 1. It's a big station here in Stavanger, and it's somewhere down in these streets. Pretty cool streets. I've come 2 hours out my way, 2 hours there and 2 hours back to do this radio interview because it's an important one. I'm in the Grand Hotel in Egersund, and I just had a funny thought. It's only in a small town like Egersund that a hotel like this could call itself grand. It's an absolutely fine hotel. It's a very nice hotel, but it's I'm quite sure that it's grand. But the good thing about it is that today I've been in 2 newspapers. There's this one, and there's this one. My flight's just been cancelled back home, so I have to spend another night in a hotel in Stavanger. It'll be the 3rd night in Stavanger now. Normally I wouldn't mind, it'd be quite nice to go to a hotel, but all I want to do now is get home. Just about to go back to the airport and see if I can get my plane back now. I'm still in Stavanger, so I'm going to go to the airport and see if the snow in Oslo has quit, or quit enough for me to actually get back. This is the newspaper from yesterday. This is the newspapers from yesterday's show, and it's pretty cool because they gave me, this is Kadmoi Bladet. It's from yesterday's show, and it's pretty cool because they gave me a double-page spread. All this and all this. There's a photo of the lady from the shop and the CDs, and they reviewed the album. They gave it a 5 out of 6. Finally home.